This is what I have to say on 6ix9ine. The power of a snitch is real.
They so caught up in my pride, but don't know what's inside. I've been down and I've been up, still ain't giving up.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl theboctavia, and I am back with another video. So if you do not know who I am, my name is theboctavia. I am 23 years old and I am from Washington, D.C. I am also a mom of a 2-year-old, and I am an entrepreneur. Now, I always put me a clip, you know what I'm saying? It's my personal ad of what my lip gloss looks like from my business. So if you like what I got going on around this part, and you know what I'm saying, support my business. Get you some gloss, very affordable, vegan, cruelty free, lovely, unique formulas, everything like this. So, and handmade by me. So without further ado, let's get into the video. In recent news, 6ix9ine has been sentenced, and his sentence was very light for the crimes in which he was charged with, and the amount of evidence that not only he gave to the police, but the amount of evidence that was already against him before his trial even started, before he even started snitching. Okay, so we're going to talk about the bona fide snitch. We are going to talk about the culture vulture, which is 6ix9ine, and why it's really not a good idea to, number one, be a culture vulture, and number two, jump face first into a culture and into the hip-hop industry without actually understanding what you're getting yourself into. I have an issue, and it's, say I'm living a normal life, right? Say I'm a Joe Schmo, I'm living a normal life, and I want to be a rapper, right? Why does that mean that I have to be gang affiliated? Why does that mean that I have to commit these crimes when my songs are number one, when I'm getting money every day, I got different streams of money coming in? Why? But I'll tell you why. Of course, everyone knows who 6ix9ine is, but I'll tell you, in my opinion, who 6ix9ine is. So 6ix9ine is from New York, and he was pretty much a regular Joe Schmo, working at a bodega, maybe a little weird back then in how he dressed and everything like that, as he put it. He said that people thought it was cool. Now, what everybody didn't know is that before dropping songs, he wanted to get back by Bloods and high-ranking Bloods who are in prison. Not high-ranking Bloods that are out walking around, no. High-ranking Bloods that are already in prison. And the connection was Shotti, which I call an aider in not only putting himself in the position that he's in today. Shotti got 15 years. He was sentenced before 6ix9ine and a couple other people that are involved within the same case. And like I said, when a person is young, I understand that they may not know the severity of what they're doing, but you can guess. You can guess. Being from a diverse place such as New York, you can guess what happens. But Shotti was an aider in 6ix9ine's behavior. 6ix9ine would say suck my, Shotti would say suck my. Why that was wrong for me, why I didn't like Shotti, was because you're literally helping him in his ignorance. You know, it's one thing to be black and you're being a OG, or you're being a big bro to someone who isn't black, and you're exposing the culture to them. Well, that's fine. But when it is portrayed in a way of ignorance, when it is portrayed as simply, you really don't care about your life, well, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Shotti got 15 years. That's on him. He was the connection to the Bloods that was in jail to back 6ix9ine or whatever the case is. Bad idea. All the way around bad idea, because this is my thing about a culture vulture, ladies and gentlemen, that I keep telling y'all. When you are involved within the urban community, when you are involved in the hip-hop culture, you should act accordingly. And the things that happen if you are jumping face first and you don't understand the culture, things like this happen. You are not accustomed to murder. You are not accustomed to not telling on anybody, not bringing up names. My thing is, if you're talking about what you did, snitch on yourself. But when you start bringing up people's names and it's all in what you wanted them to do, that's where I have my problem. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the people who were sentenced for these things shouldn't have been sentenced. What I'm saying is, if the police found that out, that's cool. You know, if the police found out, you know, they made the connections, okay. But you're bringing up names. And it's all in order to lighten your sentence when you're the person that's behind all of this. 6ix9ine was sentenced to 2 years. 9 times out of 10, he will only have to serve half of that. Or, correct me if I'm wrong, not even half. I seen a post that said he's gonna have to do at least seven to 8 months with good behavior. What is that? What is that? To be indicted by the feds, okay? To be indicted by the feds, and it's all these charges. He was supposed to have at least 47 years. He was looking at 47 years or higher. And to only get 2 years and not even have to serve majority of that because of good behavior, that's getting off scot-free. Now, it was circulating that he was going to be released with time served, and I never believed that. I never believed that he was going to get out in December, because yeah, he's been in there for a minute, but that's rightfully so. I feel like just like R. Kelly, I think he was expecting for his money to be able to get him out of jail and for him to be able to at least be out until his court date. Which I'm glad that they didn't release him on bail, because I feel like in his situation, it's going to be a humbling experience. And not humbling enough, because he needs time. Just the same as he thought his money was going to be able to get him bail, he felt like his money was going to be able to get Chief Keef hit. He felt like his money was going to get these charges erased. And he felt like his money was going to be able to get him out with time served. So I'm very glad that that didn't happen. I'm very glad that he's not out right now. But it does set a certain standard for a snitch. And it's very low. And I feel like the police gotta see the wrong in what they're doing as well. Because you can't reward a snitch like that. And this is a reward. 2 years is nothing for the charges in which he was indicted for. This is a scot-free situation. A lot of people were asking me what are my thoughts on 6ix9ine. And I feel like it was very expected, in my opinion, for the minute that he got clipped, he started talking. And that's exactly what he said in the court papers. He starts snitching the next day. He starts talking the next day. So, for the people who not only were supporting him being released, not only the people that supported his music and supported his ignorance, well, it looks like y'all fucking won. Because the power of a snitch is real, ladies and gentlemen. As we can see, the power of a snitch is real. Modern day, you can do all of these bad things. You can be the definition of a clout chaser. You could literally not care about your safety, not care about your kids' safety, not care about the people around you's safety, and only get 2 years. Modern day, you can do all of this, and just because you are willing to turn snitch for the feds, you can get off scot-free like this. And it almost, to me, it makes it seem like he was a mole from the beginning. In all honesty, I low-key believe that. It's just no way. It's no way. The day and age we live in, you learn that ignorance, the promotion of sex, selling a sexual image, gets you cool points. Being a snitch gets you cool points. A lot of people, including K. Michelle, came out and said that they were excited that there were talks of him getting out early, being released from jail, with all of the disrespect towards the black community, with all of the ignorant portrayals of things that go on in the black community, and being backed by Bloods who really, and the culture vulture wins, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know how y'all feel about this. Let me know in the comments below what y'all feel about 6ix9ine. I feel like he was a mole from the beginning, because it really just doesn't make sense. So, what's really going on? I want y'all to tap in the comments below. Let me know, because my mind is boggled. So let me know in the comments below how y'all feel about this, and I will see y'all in my next video.